What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of City Skylines. Today, we are going to start building our CBD area, but before we get into that, I have prepared the rail and the road infrastructure required to handle the additional traffic. The first addition is the Trumpet Interchange. This will provide an alternate route into CBD and reduce the stress on the main highway going across the main island. The area on the right has oil resources, so I have reserved this space for the same. Moving on, I have created this junction for the highway coming in from Old City. Pretty smooth connections thanks to Network Multitool. Along the coast, I have the highway and the rail running parallel until the point where I had two options, either to go around the mountain as a bridge or continue the network as a tunnel. I chose the tunnel option. I have light rail starting out from the heart of the CBD and terminates on the fringe of the old part of the suburbs. I have another station planned which is unfinished at the moment. This will serve the university and the amusement park which we will build in the future episodes. The line then goes to the interchange station. This is where the line splits into two. There is a railway station as well for direct outside connection. The station is not complete yet, but we should finish it before the end of the episode. Moving to the road infrastructure, I have a small highway connection for incoming and outgoing traffic and a large network interchange. This interchange should be able to handle all the traffic. As we take a closer look at the CBD, we have a small section of IT cluster buildings. The waterfront mainly consists of high residential buildings on both sides with IT cluster buildings in the middle. Behind the residential buildings, we have a small commercial pocket with the hill on the other side. Let's get into a quick time lapse of today's build. With the main road layout complete for the area, I started working on the exchange station. I placed station tracks to create custom stations, and to cover the terrain edges, I used surface network along with network multi-tool to place them. Then I used retaining walls around this surface, which is a very time consuming process, especially if you want them to look perfect. The station will form the heart of our public transport system in this area and needs to integrate well with the railway station on the other side of the road. In terms of zoning, I started with the IT cluster sections as I plan to plop the residential buildings to provide uniformity to the area. Both sides of the station will have office buildings to shield the noise. I zoned the area and assigned the IT cluster as a specialty. For residential, I started with some medium-sized high-density assets to play it safe, as sometimes placing too advanced level buildings too early in an area may cause the assets to complain of low land value. So I wanted to build the foundation first with some service buildings before I started plopping larger and taller residential buildings. As I provided more and more services to the area, I began with placing other high level residential buildings. One of the key benefits of high density zones is that they allow us to maximize our limited space efficiently, especially in an area like CBD where it's supposed to be compact and busy. Creating a balance between high density residential and other zones is very essential for a thriving city. Our citizens can work, shop, and play within walking distance of their homes, reducing traffic congestion and promoting a healthy lifestyle. Which leads us to the next two sections, which is commercial buildings and shops and sporting facilities. I tried to choose the busy spots like both sides of the exchange station, along the major roads, and near the bus stops. I tried to avoid placing high density commercial in bulk and spread them out evenly throughout the area. If citizens live and work closely, it reduces the commute times and the overall traffic. And that's why it's very important to not overburden an area with shops and design congestion free roads to maintain a constant supply of goods. I placed sports facilities all around the area. This adds to the tourism level and entertainment level here. The game offers a range of assets. I used a couple of baseball grounds, a smaller one near the school, and a large one for games. I also placed a badminton facility as well as few more assets closer to the school area. These assets not only add realism and diversity to the city but also contributes to the overall happiness and well-being of the citizens. Next up, I built a medical area with a hospital and an elder care. Let's get into a time lapse and I'll see you on the other side. For detailing, I have compiled a little highlight. I usually use a lot of surface brush, parking assets, and profiling tool if required. I always try to maintain the right balance of greenery and concrete, placing pedestrian paths to improve walkability and create small gardens around the city. So that's pretty much for today's build. Coming up are the cinematics. Hope you enjoy. I used terraforming tools and placed a key wall, and the waterfront looks so much better already. There is a pedestrian path going parallel to the quay for visual effects. The waterfront is pretty bare at the moment. I'm still looking for ideas. Feel free to chuck them in the comments. The railway station is complete on one side. I have used procedural object extensively for the station buildings, props on the platforms as well as the pedestrian shopping area on the far end of the station as you leave the platform. The light rail exchange station is working perfectly and is quite a busy place and will only get busier as we go on building more. As we move away from the station, we come across this commercial area opposite the elementary school and the generic office buildings. The road leads us to the second baseball field. There are a couple of smaller hills in the area, and for realism, I didn't actually build on them. I may turn them into parks later, but for now, I detailed this one with some bushes, rocks, and placed a windmill on top. Lastly, we move on to the main baseball field. This area has a bus connection from the main CBD station and has an underground metro station from the Old Town Center. I have provided heaps of parking which gets packed during games. So that's all for this episode, and it's time to say goodbye. If you liked the episode, please check out the rest of the series and like the video so that it reaches more of you. If you're watching my video for the first time and like my content, then please subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss the upcoming episodes. See you in the next one. Until then, this is Diplo signing off.